From a realistic bike you can build in your own world, to a flying flock that makes your base feel alive, these are some seriously cool Minecraft build hacks you need to try. Let's kick things off with a storage trick that's way more useful than it looks. Take a minecart chest and let it come off the rail directly onto a chest. Somehow, the minecart chest can sit right on top of the chest block, giving you two separate storage spaces in almost no room at all. Click the top section and you'll open the normal chest. Then click the minecart's hitbox from the side and you can access the minecart chest. So you basically get two different storages without needing two separate spaces. This is especially useful for small survival bases where every block of space matters. But if you want your build to look more alive, this next trick is seriously worth trying. Look at these water ripples. They almost look like actual water splashing inside the cave. Grab a debug stick and use it on a sculk catalyst to make the ripple effect repeat continuously. Then place it inside a cave and put some dripstone above it with water. The dripstone will release those tiny drops of water, and when they fall onto the sculk catalyst, it creates this awesome effect. It almost looks like the sculk is reacting every time the water hits it. You can actually make a really convincing couch using an armor stand. Put an armor stand on top of it. Give the armor stand a dyed leather helmet. Then use pistons to push the armor stand into the corner of the block. Push blocks over the top, place a bed, and add shelves along the sides. And just like that, you've got a couch that looks like it has a soft blanket sitting over it. Did you know you can put plants inside minecarts? Seriously, look at these. Put them inside a pot first. Then roll a hopper minecart into the plant, and it can look like the plant is actually growing inside the minecart. For larger plants, you can use a normal minecart instead. Push the minecart into the plant, and suddenly it looks like you're transporting the entire thing. And this isn't only useful for plants either. Try experimenting with different blocks, and you can come up with some really weird decorations. Speaking of decorations, let's take this one into the sky. Entire flock flying above your base. The trick is to use a series of sculk sensors connected to trapdoors. The birds can constantly activate each other through sound vibrations, keeping the whole flock moving. From far away, it actually looks like a group of birds flying around together. Sure, if you get super close, they don't look exactly like real birds. But from a distance, the movement sells the effect. Now, if you're building something old or industrial, here's a really simple change that can make a huge difference. Most people automatically use iron bars whenever they're making a giant fence. But instead, try using copper grates. Add tall red pillars underneath for support, then place lightning rods along the top. From a distance, those lightning rods can look like rusty barbed wire. The result feels less like a modern prison and more like an abandoned industrial barrier. Okay, now let's build something that would look perfect in a Minecraft city. How about your own custom bike? Start with oak blocks and a lectern for the main body. Then use a dark oak slab and a daylight sensor to create the seat. Grab a debug stick and use it to attach tripwire hooks to the sides of the lectern. And there you go, you've got your handlebars. For the headlight, put an item frame with a honey block on the front. Then take two armor stands with wither skeleton skulls. Those become your wheels. Put all the pieces together and you've got a detailed little bike that looks right at home on a city street. But here's another trick if your builds need more color. You can make some really interesting berry decorations by using vines and ores. Place vines on top of redstone ore and you'll get an awesome berry-like effect. And you don't have to stop there. Try different ores to get different colors. Lapis ore can give you a blueberry look, while gold ore creates another unique color. These work especially well in gardens, fantasy forests, caves, and custom farms. Here's another tiny trick that adds movement without needing complicated redstone. Place banners along the top of shelves and watch what happens. The banner waving animation moves in and out of the shelf's texture. This creates a really smooth animated effect that makes the shelves feel less static. And you don't need redstone, commands, or anything complicated. Here's a really simple way to add some tiny details. Use a lightning rod as the trunk, place a flower pot on top, and put a fern inside it. Just like that, you've got a small palm tree that works perfectly around beaches or tropical builds. You can also make tiny beach houses using wall blocks, trapdoors, and scaffolding. Put a few of them together, and you've got a small beach housing area that makes the whole shoreline feel much more alive. And honestly, it's these little details that can make a simple Minecraft build look completely different.